Hi YouTube, I'm Shaggy, I'm Philolitea, and you're still taking your very sweet time to get to know me, so I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. It's cold in this Panera, so the hood's up. When I was 18, I worked at a Steak and Shake, and on my way into work one day, I used to show up early so I could get something to eat before my shift, so I showed up about an hour early. I was going to get something to eat, sit there, smoke a cigarette in the dining room, because we used to be allowed to do that. And, this Navy recruiter calls me over to his car and he's like, "Hey, have you ever thought about joining the Navy?" And now this was in 2005 at the heat of the Iraq War, right, during Bush. And I said, "Oh yeah, I've thought about it." And then proceeded to sit down in his car and listen to his spiel for an hour. And now I'm going to pause this story because I'm a Shaggy Dog storyteller and you're going to just have to get used to that someday. What I was thinking about that brought me to thinking about this is actually how I don't need to waste my time with you people in the comments. So I'm still in my feelings about that guy being in my comments and wanting to dick around with me and waste my time. You don't understand. I've worked retail and sales long enough, service long enough, that I know when I'm going to get a sale and when I'm not going to get a sale. I know which of you is going to buy and which of you is not going to buy before you comment. When you comment, I know it's to tell me you're not a buyer. I know that. You don't need to. And I would prefer you just didn't. And so I was thinking about that, about how I know that you're not buyers. And what I thought to myself is, I think you guys get a perverse thrill out of wasting a creative, but out of wasting any merchant's time. There's a famous quote that plenty of great, good, genuinely wonderful Christian human beings find no greater thrill than ripping off a merchant. And so I think some of you, when you see me say that I'm worth money, what you hear is, "Oh, I'm going to waste this guy's time." Because I've thought that before. The way that I chose to conscientiously object to the war in Iraq was by wasting that recruiter's time for that full hour. I had nothing to do and I didn't give a fuck. This was before we spent all our time fucking around on our phones. I was going to read a book or something. Probably just people watch while I ate my Frisco sandwich with pickles and bacon. And instead I prevented him from getting a recruit for an hour. So those of you who show up in my comments wanting to, in bad faith, argue with me, and people like Walter who want to withhold any kind of positive feedback that I'm working, or any kind of engagement that I'm working with your money, I know what you're doing. I'm not going to engage with you as soon as you've wasted my time.